back.
Because these niggas not a challenge.
I mean,
like, you gotta understand. You know who the happiest nigga?
If you want to say Michael Jordan's the GOAT of being one of the greatest competitors to play this game, I can give you that.
Michael
He's
Jordan's
a killer
greatest
competitor.
basketball ever of all time.
How?
It's the greatest basketball player ever of all time.
He ain't number one in no offensive category. He ain't number one in no defensive category. How? And then if you want to be like, oh, because he won championships.
Rasheed Wallace just said the quiet part out loud, and that's why this hit like an earthquake. Nobody expected Sheed to go there, but he did, and he didn't blink. In a recent sit-down, the former NBA enforcer didn't dance around it, didn't soften it, didn't protect anyone's legacy. He looked straight ahead and said, "You can't earn respect like MJ," and in 7 words, he cracked open the most explosive argument in basketball. That wasn't a hot take. That wasn't nostalgia. That sounded like something that's been sitting in his chest for years. And notice this part right here. LeBron hasn't said a word. No reaction, no clap back, no carefully crafted quote. Silence. And when a player of Rasheed Wallace's caliber speaks like that, and the league's biggest star goes quiet, you have to ask yourself, what really happened behind the scenes? Because this didn't feel like basketball debate. This felt personal. If you're watching right now, pause for a second and ask yourself, why would she choose now?
AKA Michael Jordan, depending on who you ask,
LeBron James
was someone who I believe to be seen universally as one of the greatest defenders of all time. Well, former NBA champion Rasheed Wallace has a very different take on this. Let's roll the clip.
Mike wasn't all that good of a defender.
10 all defensive teams. That Michael Jordan.
All that's NBA shit. Yeah, we like Mike. We gonna put him out there. Da, 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 da. I'm talking about being out there. I seen this motherfucker get his ass bust where he couldn't.
Let's put this in proper context because this matters. When Rasheed Wallace talks, this isn't noise. This isn't a former player chasing relevance. This is a 4-time All-Star and NBA champion, a guy who fought legends in their prime and never once backed down. His entire career was built on brutal honesty, even when it got him fined, suspended, or tossed out of games. That reputation didn't come from being liked. It came from being real. So when he talks about respect, about greatness, about what separates icons from everybody else, people inside the league listen differently. And here's the uncomfortable part. Right now, in early 2025, LeBron James sits on top of the statistical mountain. All-time scoring leader. For rings. For MVPs. 2 decades of dominance that no one can deny. On paper, it's flawless. But basketball has never been played on paper. And she knows that better than most. Drop a like if you understand that numbers don't always tell the full story.
We got the first annual Gills Arena Shootout, presented by Underdog Fantasy, coming soon. You need to pull up.
I was about to say, can I do it?
$100,000 goes to the winner. Winner take all.
What's the entry fee?
0. Just got to pull up.
Just pull up. I got to get in the gym.
So you can sign up, all you fans out there, on the Gills Arena Discord page for a chance to enter. We also have our open tryout Saturday, December 16th, 9 a.m. at the District Court in Chatsworth. Top 6.
That's why this moment shook people. Stat-wise, LeBron's resume is airtight, and his supporters will defend it like gospel. But Rasheed Wallace didn't attack stats. He attacked something deeper. In a conversation that hasn't even fully exploded across mainstream media yet, he calmly dismantled the idea of LeBron's greatness piece by piece, without raising his voice, without chasing a headline. No apologies. No backtracking. This wasn't a slip. This wasn't locker room trash talk. This was intentional. And then came the line that LeBron's circle probably wishes never left that room. The real question isn't what Rasheed said, it's why he finally said it now. Sources suggest this sit-down was supposed to be light, nostalgic, just old-school stories and laughs. But once the topic drifted to modern greatness, the temperature changed. And that's where things got uncomfortable. Because if a player like Rasheed Wallace is willing to say this on camera, how many others are thinking it and staying quiet? And more importantly, what does this mean for LeBron's legacy when the people who actually battle legends aren't impressed the same way fans are? Say what you think in the comments, because this debate is nowhere near finished.
But hey, let's take a look at the clip first, and then let's dive deep into it.
In my opinion, Mike wasn't all that good of a defender.
Mike who?
Jordan.
Defensive Player of the Year.
Man, all that was
10 I think it was 10 all defensive teams. That Michael Jordan.
All that's you know what all that is, dog.
What is it?
You know what all that is. Now all that's NBA shit. Yeah, we like Mike. We gonna put him out there. Da 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 da. I'm talking about being out there.
To legacy and LeBron James, and that's the exact moment Rasheed Wallace's entire vibe shifted. You could see it, you could feel it. He leaned forward and dropped his voice into that tone players recognize instantly, the one that usually comes right before technical. You can't earn respect like MJ, he said. No hesitation, no filter. And then he doubled down. He didn't care about points, accolades, or longevity. He said respect in this league isn't about what you arrange around yourself, it's about what you prove when the deck is stacked against you. And that's where this cut deeper than any stat-based argument ever could. Wallace never said LeBron wasn't great. He said something worse. He said LeBron didn't earn it the same way. That questions the very foundation of how LeBron's career is viewed. And Sheed wasn't finished. He brought up Michael Jordan walking into Chicago and committing to making it work. No shortcuts, no recruitment calls, no perfect situation handed to him. He didn't chase the setup. He became the setup. The room went dead quiet, and through the screen, you could feel the tension. This wasn't random shade. This was the elephant fans avoid talking about. The decision. The super team era. The idea that LeBron assembled championships instead of surviving the grind to take them. Once those words hit the internet, everything exploded. Fans went to war. LeBron supporters called Wallace bitter, outdated, a hater stuck in the past. But if you watch Jordan live, you know exactly why a lot of people nodded instead. Because here's what makes this different. Rasheed Wallace lived in both eras. He battled Jordan in his prime and shared the floor with LeBron in the mid-2000s. He's one of the few people alive who can compare them from real experience, not highlight packages. So when he says LeBron can't earn respect like MJ, it's not nostalgia, it's first-hand knowledge. And then Wallace broke it down in a way that made everyone uncomfortable. When Jordan lost, he didn't run. He didn't look for an exit. He looked in the mirror and said he wasn't good enough yet. Then he came back meaner, sharper, obsessed. He didn't skip rivals, he went straight through them. The Pistons beat him down for years, and he eventually dismantled them. Barkley, Malone, everybody. Every ring Jordan won, he took. Nobody handed him anything. And that's the hard line Wallace draws. Now, put that next to LeBron's path. The first finals loss got rough, and what happened next? He left on national television and teamed up with two other superstars. Yes, championships followed. Nobody denies that. But Wallace's point is simple. Those rings feel different. Constructed. Manufactured. Like LeBron looked at the league and decided if he couldn't beat everyone straight up, he'd make sure he had more firepower. That's not how legends are built, Wallace said. Legends are built when your back is against the wall and the world doubts you. And according to him, every time LeBron hit that moment, there was an exit plan. That's why this critique is landing so hard. Once the pattern is laid out, even diehard supporters hesitate. Cleveland struggles, Miami move. Miami tension, back to Cleveland with a loaded roster. Situation gets complicated again, jump to LA. Different cities, same formula. When adversity showed up, LeBron didn't conquer it, he upgraded it. And Wallace made it clear he's not alone. He referenced conversations with other players from his era, guys who survived the grind of the late 90s and early 2000s. They all feel it. They just don't say it because of the backlash. He said he's not scared of that. The truth is the truth. And according to Wallace, the truth is uncomfortable. LeBron's greatness is real. His talent is undeniable. But his legacy, in their eyes, comes with an asterisk. Not because he lacked skill, but because when it was time to truly earn it, he chose the easier path. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Normally, a shot like this triggers an immediate response. Statements, defenses, media, allies jumping in. This time, nothing. No posts, no quotes, no cryptic motivational captions. Just silence. And if you know LeBron, that silence is loud. People close to him say this one actually hurt, and that makes sense. This isn't a talking head chasing ratings. This is a respected NBA champion tearing into a narrative LeBron spent 20 years building. Then fans noticed something else. As the clips spread, LeBron quietly unfollowed accounts posting them. No public response, but a clear tell. It got under his skin. And now the silence is making it worse. The longer he says nothing, the bigger the questions get. Is he quiet because Wallace hit a nerve? Or is he lining up something bigger? Fans are flooding his socials, shows are running non-stop segments, even longtime defenders are hesitating. Because here's the problem. You can't shut this down with numbers. This isn't about points, awards, or records. This is about the invisible stuff. The difference between being great and being legendary. The how, not just the what. And deep down, LeBron probably knows Wallace hit the one spot no trophy can protect. Zoom out, and this isn't just Jordan versus LeBron anymore. This is two philosophies of greatness colliding. Old school says you stay, you fight, you overcome. You force it to work. Jordan lived that. Kobe lived that. Dirk lived that. The modern philosophy is optimization, strategy, player empowerment, building the best situation possible. LeBron didn't just follow that path, he created it. And Wallace's point isn't that one is wrong. It's that they don't earn the same respect. Respect isn't given, he said. It's earned. You fight for it. You bleed for it. You don't assemble it in a boardroom. That line hit hard. Now other former players are jumping in, some backing Wallace, others defending LeBron, and this has turned into a full-blown generational war. And in the middle of it all is LeBron James, the man who changed basketball forever, but may never escape the shadow of the man before him. So where does that leave his legacy in 2025? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Wallace said what millions feel, but never knew how to say. It's not that LeBron isn't great. It's that his greatness feels different. Calculated, strategic, efficient, and for a certain group that will always block him from being the undisputed GOAT. Jordan's story is simple. He won by being better than everyone else. No shortcuts. LeBron's story is layered. He won by being smart. He mastered the system. But somewhere along the way, he lost the lone warrior story Wallace's generation values most. Can they reconcile? Probably not. This isn't fixed with a post or a call. This debate doesn't fade. It lasts forever. So now the real question hangs there. Does LeBron respond, or does he stay silent and let the court talk? And even if he responds, what could he say that changes any of this? Because Wallace never attacked his talent. He attacked something worse. That no matter how many records LeBron breaks, he'll never earn respect the way Jordan did. So did Rasheed Wallace cross the line, or did he finally say what needed to be said? Is LeBron's version of greatness just as valid, or does the way he moved disqualify him from a GOAT conversation? Drop your real take in the comments, no sugarcoating. And if you think this was wild, just wait. Other NBA legends are talking behind closed doors, and what they're saying is even crazier. Subscribe and turn on notifications. We're not ducking the truth.